I have 18 designer fragrances. Are they worth your money? Let's find out. So we got the little trash can, and then we have the green energy drink can, which is a shameless plug. This is my energy drink brand. But if it's on this side, it's bad. If it's on this side, it's good. First, we have Acqua di Gio Profumo. And this is the holy grail of Acqua di Gios. Unfortunately, it was banned in Europe, and therefore it's no longer available. But it goes without saying that this has to go on the green side. Azzurro, the most wanted parfum. This fragrance was so very hyped on social media. This is a very young, vanilla, wintry, kind of daily scent. For colder weather, this is a very good choice if you can pick it up on a discounter. But it belongs on this side. Next up, we have Dior Fahrenheit. And there's a long story behind this, very nostalgic to me. It's got a very dear place in my heart. And I have one of the older batches, which is way more better than the current. As much as this fragrance means to me, I think it's been reformulated just so many times that it's almost lost its identity along the way. And I do understand why this fragrance gets so much hate in 2026. Therefore, next up we have Gucci Intense Oud, and I actually made a video about this fragrance not too long ago. I believe this is a great introduction if you're looking to get into the oud space. It's not very stinky animalic like a lot of people perceive oud. It's just really elegant and beautiful. It's a phenomenal date night fragrance for most guys, and for the price, it just has to go on this side. Next up we have Valentino Born in Roma Uomo EDT. I mean, these guys have the fucking longest names. It's an unnecessary mouthful. And frankly, they all look the same. It's difficult to tell them apart. I don't think it's worth the hype or worth the money in 2026 when there's so much more better fragrances that you can get for the price. So, this might pain you guys. This one's a no. Next up, we have Tobacco Vanille, and this is from Tom Ford. This was rated as, I think, the 4th most sexy fragrance for men, voted by a woman. Atomizer test, pretty sad. So there's something to appreciate about this fragrance, and that it brings quite a unique take to the designer space, and I really like it for that. I sort of appreciate the scent profile. It is more up my alley. This is one of those fragrances that I prefer to smell on someone rather than smelling it on myself, or at least for the first few minutes I like to smell it myself, but the longer you wear it, the more cloying it becomes. If you are into more of a sweet tobacco fragrance, I think for more or less the same price you can get yourself Centaurus from Creed, and it's going to go a long way further than this. And for that reason, I mean, you guys have to understand, everyone has got different noses and different preferences, but personally, it has to go on this side. Next up, we have another fragrance that's been reformulated to the gills, and that is Joop Homme. Now, this is a very interesting fragrance because it's very musky, but at the same time, it leans very masculine and leans very feminine. Old guys absolutely love this, whereas on the other hand, young guys absolutely hate it. But in a strange way, I believe the scent profile is gonna make a big comeback. I mean, let's look at JPG Narcisse, because that's also like a musky floral, and to me, they're oddly similar now that I'm smelling this again. And you guys must know, when I first planned this video and took the fragrances out, this was a no. But after what I've spoken through and smelling it again, it just has to be a yes. Next up, and it's hidden behind this big bottle, it is Dunhill Icon. This, in my mind, smells like how purple grape Kool-Aid tastes. Now, there's no grape notes, just for your information, because grapes really don't have a scent profile, but this somehow just captures that, and it smells like grapes. It's this beautiful, masculine, with a hint of smokiness. It's absolutely beautiful, and I cannot fathom why they would have discontinued this. And so the obvious answer is yes. If you guys can find it, this would be a fragrance you want to get your hands on. Next up, Azzurro Chrome, and you guys can tell by the dent in this bottle, it's a yes, so we're gonna move right along. Next up, YSLY Live. Now, this is a very interesting one because you guys probably did not even know that it existed. Now, this is a ginger fruit. Now, this is a ginger YSLY, and it might be a little bit redundant, but it's a beautiful take on the scent profile. Now, I went down a bit of a rabbit hole to find this fragrance, and I gotta tell you guys, it's not cheap. And I'd hate to say, but I think I paid around 260 bucks for a small bottle. And let me tell you guys, it's not worth it. Rather, get yourself the YSLY EDP because it's quite literally almost the same fragrance. Next up, from a brand that I wish was still around, and that's Thierry Mugler or Mugler, and it is Amen Cryptomint. Now, let me explain what I mean by still around, because this brand was bought over and I feel like they killed the line. I mean, they still make fragrances, but they discontinued absolutely everything, especially the ones that made them so incredible and so unique. This one, however, it's a very minty, patchouli kind of barbershop fragrance. So sadly, as much as I love the line, this one is a no. Next up, a fragrance that I used to rock the shit off almost 20 years ago, and it is Le Eau de Issei by Issei Miyake. 20 years later, and this is just an incredible fragrance. It's fruity, it's fresh, it's masculine, and you guys just simply have to try it. Also, it is very well priced. Just, you don't have to get the big bottle, AKA the big bottle. Next up, we have Paca Rabanne Pour Homme. Now, this is a very masculine green barbershop fragrance. This reminds me of a soap that a middle-aged Italian man would wear somewhere in his villa. Definitely has a lot of hair on his chest. That being said, it's oddly good. Like, I think I paid around $19 for this, and the performance is pretty good too. This might not be for every guy, let me premise that. But if you like more of a barbershop type of scent profile, or you're kind of in your late 30s, early 40s, I do believe that this is something that you guys might be interested in. This is another one of those that I could place in the middle, because for the younger guys, it's a no. But for me, it would have to be a yes. Next up, we have Aramis Intuition. Now, Aramis has been around for years, and it was a very popular fragrance. This is one of their newer ones. And quite frankly, 2026, it's boring as hell. There's a lot of other blue fragrances that kind of do a whole lot better at their job, and for that reason, it's a no. If that is the sort of scent profile that you guys like and want, rather just go with Bleu de Chanel. Next up, we have this tiny little bottle of Versace Eros EDT. Fuck me, what is up with these caps today? This is a citrusy, clean, kind of very general, I don't want to say basic, but very general type smelling fragrance. I do think, however, in the big 2026, the EDP and the Parfum are way better than this one. I mean, I appreciate it for what it is, or should I say for what it was, but it's gonna have to go on this side. Next up, we have another Versace, but this one is Pour Homme. Now, I have to tell you guys, I'm a little bit iffy about this one. We're probably gonna have to explore it a little bit more. On the one hand, you have to appreciate how easy this is to wear. Like, it will make for a great gym or daily fragrance. And I know and understand that this was the first fragrance for a lot of people, and there might be a lot of nostalgia around it for that reason. Now, I don't have that same sort of nostalgic connection to this because I never owned it, I never wore it. Let me just try and paint a picture here for you guys. Le Eau de Issei Pour Homme or Versace Pour Homme. I'm 100% going for the Issei Miyake over the Versace. So therefore, let's put them both where they belong. Well, the no's are quickly stacking up against the yeses, and looking down, I fear there might be another no coming up. Spicebomb by Viktor and Rolf. Oh, how I hate this fragrance. But let me talk you guys through it. Now, if you guys are familiar with my page and my fragrance preferences, you guys know that I have quite extensive preferences and taste. And even though I don't like or love a fragrance, I still have an understanding and appreciation of who it's for or where they would wear the fragrance. But when it comes to this fragrance, there's something in it that just reminds me of food in South Africa. And I don't know if it's a stew or a curry, but it's some sort of spice that's in the fragrance that's reminiscent to that. And I don't know if it's just childhood trauma, but I cannot appreciate this fragrance, so therefore it has to be a no. Paradise Garden by JPG. Now, let's just give an honorable mention to JPG because I believe they're bringing something different to the designer realm. Their fragrances are just going more and more niche, and just as we mentioned earlier, Le Beau Narcisse, this is another one of those fragrances that if repackaged in a niche bottle at a higher price point, I actually believe that people appreciate it more than what it is currently. Yes, it might be a little bit sweet and overwhelming, but at the same time, it's doing exactly what the JPG consumer wants. I find myself leaning more towards natural fragrances, natural smelling fragrances, whereas this one is more of a synthetic bomb. But I absolutely adore this. I love this. And I'll often wear this one to the gym. I appreciate it for what it is. It has amazing performance, and it's honestly just a beautiful smell, so it's going on this side. Stronger with You Oud. Now, you guys know I love oud, and you know I like Stronger with You line, but this was a disappointment. There's no oud in here. There's a little bit of spice to it, but nothing reminiscent of oud. There's not even a synthetic type of oud in here. It's almost like they used it as a buzzword to try and promote it and sell it. Unless you're a collector, such as myself, and you just had to have this in your collection, maybe you're just overcompensating for something. I know I am. But other than that, if I were to smell it before I bought it, no, big no. Now we have Pucker Rabanne or Rabanne. Okay, this is still a Pucker Rabanne. I don't know, they've changed the name at some point, but it is 1 million oud. Now this actually has a scent of oud in it, unlike the previous one. It's almost like Oud for Greatness and 1 million came together, they had a baby, and the result was this. This was a Middle Eastern exclusive, but is now available in the US, and for me, it is excuse the sad atomizer, but for me, it's a hard yes. And that's it. Now, I know a lot of you guys may not agree with my yeses and my nos, and I hope I justified and motivated my reasoning as to why. But as always, I just want to make sure that you guys are smelling good. And I also just want to say thank you guys so very much. We hit 100,000 followers on this channel. You know, this is something I've been passionate about for so many years. And now I just have the space and opportunity to share that passion, as with bodybuilding, with you guys. So thank you so much for welcoming me into this space and for being on this journey with me. I genuinely love and appreciate you guys, and lots more fragrance reviews to come. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I'll see you next week.